chapter is called the Chautauqua, and I have it dated April of 1914. I always thought our family was too poor to attend the 10-cent tickets to the new moving pictures that came to our town every Wednesday night when I was a child. We always knew we often did without some few things that other people had, and we always knew how to make do. I cannot remember ever feeling deprived of the things that really mattered. We had plenty of food of our own providing, and Mama was a good cook. We had clothes, sometimes recycled, sewn by an expert, Aunt Caroline, the village seamstress. I loved school, Sunday school, and primary. Even the moving pictures that we heard about on Thursday morning didn't seem to have much for me to get excited about. We were quite isolated in that little town of Newton, tucked away in the northwest corner of Cache Valley, off the railroad, off the man-traveled roads. We seldom if ever saw anyone we didn't know by name and face, unless we were taken on a long trip by horse and buggy to Logan, which we were perhaps once a year. When news buzzed through the town one spring that the Ellison White Chautauqua was coming to town, it was greeted with excitement, mingled with a little awe. We were repeating the words we had never heard before. What was a Chautauqua? The word sounded just a little foreign, but it was coming. It may have been that the teachers at school began to tell us about it. It wasn't a moving picture, but it was real people, strange people, and from faraway places. They would sing, play all kinds of instruments. They would speak. There was to be 3 afternoon and 3 evening performances, all different. 6 different groups were coming. Tickets were to be 50 cents for each performance, and the other children were all speculating about which one they would choose because they were all promised 1 ticket each. That let us out. If we could not afford a 10-cent ticket to the movies, this would be out of the question. I don't even remember mentioning it at all. One day I overheard my parents talking, and I heard the word Chautauqua. I strained to hear more. It seemed that my father had been called to a meeting the night before where the brethren had been asked to put up money to subsidize the appearance of the Chautauqua. I heard Papa say he had given them $10. $10? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Where did he get that money? Nothing was said around home until the week of the event came. Then Mama told us that we would not only be able to go to the Chautauqua, but that because Papa had contributed some money, we would be able to go to all the events, all 6, and even to be excused from school early each afternoon. Nearly 65 years have gone by since that momentous week. I still can remember much that I saw, that I heard, but mostly how I felt. Surely it set my feet on a road I may not have taken in my life. Music had always been part of our lives, but it was limited to hymn singing in church. The town boasted a band, and we danced to the popular tunes of the day, even as children. I had had some very elementary music lessons and could play hymns on Grandpa's organ. But the music we heard that day from the Ladies' Festival Orchestra was a different sound. I was captivated. It all ended too soon, except that the lady with that beautiful golden harp invited the children to come up and touch it and look it over. She told us how she played it, and how the pedals worked, and all about it. No heavenly harp, played by an angel, will ever fill me with more wonder than that lady and her heart in that humble little frame meeting house in Newton. We children had been exposed to the culture of the South Sea Islands all of our lives by Papa, who had been on a mission to Tahiti. I remember that he quietly wept during the concert of the Hawaiian Waikiki Quartet as they played the native instruments and sang their lovely songs. Public speaking was not a new thing for us. It has always been part of the church experience, both listening and participating. I learned early to love the sound and the substance of a speech. I once had a dream of being a public speaker. We often heard speakers from the two colleges who came for the holidays and other special occasions, but I remember two of the Chautauqua speakers. Mr. Frank Carpenter, who brought along a contraption which showed the solar system, and when he turned the crank, the moon and the planets made their journey around the sun, and he told us about it, and all about the eclipses and all. It was a Mr. Wallace who spoke one evening, who moved us with his message. I don't remember what it was about, but I only remembered his name and how I felt as I walked home. But I saw a note in my diary that I found the other day that's rounded out the information. He was Mr. J. Sherman Wallace, and his subject was the salvation of America, and my comment was in my journal, everybody had never seen or heard the like. The day after the last performance was Sunday. Imagine our surprise and delight to see several of the performers walk into our Sunday school. Uncle Joe was superintendent of the Sunday school, and a man never to be intimidated by notables or strangers. And he left the stand, walked to the back, and invited the strangers all to come to the stand. And during the course of the opening exercises, he asked them if they would like to say a few words, quote unquote. They declined, but they said if it was agreeable, they would sing. It was, and they did. I remember the song. I remember the song, Sweet Hour of Prayer. Oh, my cup runneth over. Oh, Papa, what was it that brought you to the point where you made what must have been a hard decision and a real sacrifice in those days? You never said, did you have 2 loaves of bread, so there was one to spare? Or did you take both loaves to buy this week of beauty? Would you know that what you did would give me a yardstick all my life? In the short term, did it occur to you that this would be a Rodora in the night of a dark forest? Your life on that dry farm was bleak, and hard work was relentless. I often saw your face in a map of discouragement. There was so little to recreate, relax, or restore the spirit. You were following with anguish the progress of World War I, and it was coming closer as the boys from town were leaving for France. We were just recovering from the first influenza epidemic and would soon face another. But for a brief period, life was enriched, strengthened, and given the solace that fine arts can give. And now about the long-term effect and that yardstick you gave to me. You didn't suspect this. One day, many years later, it occurred to me that the poverty that kept us from those early moving pictures was not in us, but in the motion pictures there. But in the motion pictures, as there was nothing that you and Mama felt was there for us to feed upon. But Papa, what I have heard echoing down the decades ever since is that when the Chautauqua comes to town, you pay and never count the cost.